Hello everyone, welcome to Geetam Insight Prep series. In this video, we're going to learn about averages, arithmetic progression, and geometric progression. In short, we call it as GP and AP also. So let us start with the first topic, averages. What are averages? Averages, in simple words, is the equal distribution of the total data among number of members present. So if I talk about the formula of averages, it is given by total sum of data divided by total number of datas. In short, we can write it as sum by n as well. Let's solve some of the questions related to averages. Here is the first question. The question says, find the average of numbers 58, 52, 63, 66, 71. Now, let's use the average formula, which is sum by total number of data. In order to find the sum, we need to add all the given numbers, which is 58 plus 52 plus 63 plus 66 plus 71 divided by 5. The sum of the given numbers 58, 52, 63, 66, and 71 is 310 divided by 5. So the average of the given 5 numbers is gonna be 62. This is the answer that we have got with the help of the formula method. But there is one another method of finding the averages which is much more effective than the formula method. The method name is deviation method. What happens in deviation method? So the first step of the deviation method is we are going to assume an average, and that average can be either one number among the given number, and second, it can be one number which is closer to all these 5 numbers. Now I'm taking one number which is closer to all these 5 numbers, which is 60. It's your wish. You can take 65, you can take 70. It's completely up to you. Now, once you have assumed average, now we already know that average is nothing but equal distribution. That means if I'm assuming that average is 60, that means I'm assuming that I have distributed 60, 60, 60, 60, and 60 to each and every member. But as we can see, the given numbers are not 60, they are 58, 52, 63, 66, and 71. So definitely these numbers are deviated by some value from 60. So let's find the deviations. 60 to 58, the deviation is minus 2. 60 to 52, the deviation is minus 8. 60 to 63, the deviation is plus 3. 60 to 66, the deviation is plus 6. And 60 to 71, the deviation is plus 11. What we are going to do, instead of adding the bigger number like 58, 52, 63, 66, and 71, we are going to add the deviation, because after distributing 60 equally among 5 members, these are the deviation which are extra. So I'm going to add all the deviations. Minus 2, minus 8, plus 3, plus 6, plus 11. That is going to give us minus 10 plus 20. 20 minus 10 is 10. Now this 10 that we can see over here is the extra that we have got after distributing 60 equally among all the 5 members. So the actual average is gonna be equal to, initially we have distributed 60 plus this extra 10 should be divided equally among all the 5 members. So 10 by 5, 2, 60 plus 2, 62. So in both the methods, our answer is 62 only. Let's move to the next question. Okay. The question says four friends have an average weight of 68. If John is also included in the group, the average weight becomes 72. What is John's weight? So, according to the question, there are four people whose average weight is 68. Now we know that average is nothing but equal distribution. So, everybody I can assume as 68 kg. Now, there is one particular person who is entering this particular group and changing the whole scenario, John. So when John entered the group, the average became 72. That means everyone became 72. That is the meaning of the average. So everyone, including John, will be 72. Now we can see over here that initially all the four people were 68, now they are 72. So definitely from 68 to 72, everyone has got plus 4 kg extra. And this plus 4 kg extra came because of whom? Because of this one extra person who entered the group. So John's actual weight will be equal to John's weight will be equal to 72 plus 4 into 4, because this 4 into 4 came because of John. So 72 plus 16 is equal to 88 kg. So John's weight is 88 kg. Let's move to the next question. The question says the average weight of class A is 30 kg and average weight of class B is 40 kg. Find the combined average weight of both the classes put together. Now, generally, if we have two numbers, 30 and 40, and if we have to find the average of these two numbers, it will be so easy because we can just add these two numbers and divide by 2, which is gonna be 70 by 2 is equal to 35. But here, this 30 and 40 are not just the individual number, they are the averages. And we cannot find the average of averages like this particular method. So, what we're going to do, we'll be introducing a new concept which is known as weighted average. According to the weighted average, whenever the averages of two class or two categories or more than two categories are given, the combined average will be equal to average of category A into total number of people in category A plus average of category B into total number of people in category B divided by number of people in category A plus number of people in category B. In this question, we only know the average of class A and class B, but we do not have the information about total number of students in category class A and class B. Hence, we cannot find the combined average of both the classes put together. I hope it is clear. But in the next question, almost the same data is there. Here also, we have two classes, class A and class B. And in class A, we have 40 students. And the average weight of those 40 students is 30 kg. Similarly, class B has 60 students and the average weight of class B is 40 kg. Now here we have average weight of both the classes as well as we have total number of students. So we can easily find the combined average. So combined average is equal to average of class A, which is 40, into total number of students in class B. Sorry, average of class A is 30, total number of students is 40, plus total number of students in class B is 60 into average 40 divided by 40 plus 60. So this will be equal to 1200 plus 2400 divided by 100. 1200 plus 2400, 3600 divided by 100, which is equal to 36 kg. So the combined weight of both the classes put together is 36 kg. I hope you are clear with average, deviation method, and weighted average. That's all about the average topic. Let's move to our next section, which is arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Talking about arithmetic progression, any series which is in the form of a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, and so on will be known as in arithmetic progression. Reason? Because in this series we have something known as d, which is common difference. So whenever I'll be having a common difference between the terms of any series, that is known as arithmetic progression. So here a is known as the first term, d is known as the common difference. For example, let's say if we need to find the nth term, which we denote either by tn or an. So tn or an will be given by a plus n minus 1 into d. N is the nth term. One more formula that we have for arithmetic progression is sum of n terms, which is given by n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Let's solve few questions from the arithmetic progression and let's see how the formula works. Question number 1 from arithmetic progression, it says find the 12th term of the series minus 7, minus 3, 1, 5, 9, and so on. So here first term is gonna be minus 7. Common difference, you can write anything like second term minus first term, or third term minus second term, or fourth term minus third term. But one thing is for sure, all these differences will be common. That's why D is known as common difference. So we got A is equal to minus 7, D is equal to 4, and since we need to find 12th term, N is equal to 12. I'm going to put the formula for nth term, which is Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Here we need to find 12th term. A is minus 7, 12 minus 1 into 4, which is minus 7 plus 11 into 4, minus 7 plus 44, which is 37. So the 12th term of the given series is 37. Let's move to the second question of arithmetic progression. It says find the sum of the first 15 terms of the series minus 7, minus 3, 1, 5, 9. Sum of the n terms is denoted by Sn, and the formula that we have already seen as n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now here, first term is minus 7. Common difference is minus 3 minus of minus 7, which is plus 4, and n is equal to 15. So I can put all these three values in the given formula. So S15 will be equal to 15 by 2, 2 into minus 7 plus n is equal to 15 minus 1 into d. 15 by 2, 7 to the 14 minus 14 plus 56. which is going to be equal to 15 by 2 into 42. 42 is 2 into 21, and 21 into 15 is 315. So the sum of 15 terms of the given series or arithmetic progression is 315. That's all about AP or arithmetic progression. Let's move to geometric progression. Any series in the form of AR, AR square, AR cube will be known as in GP, where A is our first term and R is known as common difference. It's a common ratio. In AP, we have common difference, which is denoted by D. In geometric progression, we have common ratio, which is denoted by R. Nth term in geometric progression is equal to AR n minus 1. AR to the power n minus 1. When I talk about sum Sn in geometric progression, I actually have three formulas. First formula is A by or A into R to the power n minus 1 divided by R minus 1. This particular formula is for when R is greater than 1. Second formula, A 1 minus R to the power n divided by 1 minus R. This particular formula is for when R is less than 1. There is one more formula, which is A by 1 minus R. This particular formula I'll be using for the infinite series. So that's all about the basics of geometric progression. Let's solve some of the questions from the geometric progression. Question number 1, find the sixth term in the series 2, 10, 50, and so on. Here we can see the first term is 2. Common ratio, it can be either second term by first term or third term by second term. And in all the time, it is going to be 5. And we need to find sixth term, so n is equal to 6. So nth term, which is sixth term, which is represented by T6, is equal to A R to the power n minus 1, which is 2 into 5 to the power 5, which is 6,250. Let's move to the next question. Question says, find the sum of 10 terms of the series 2, 10, 50, and so on. It is a similar series as the previous one. So A is equal to 2. D is here we'll be having common ratio, which is R. So 10 by 2, which is 5, and n is equal to 10. Since R is equal to greater than 1, we'll be using the formula of Sn is equal to A R to the power n minus 1 divided by R minus 1. 2 into 5 to the power 10 minus 1 divided by 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1, 4. 2, 5 to the power 10 minus 1 by 4, which we can write it as Sn is equal to 5 to the power 10 minus 1 by 2. That is our sum of n terms, or we can write S10 in the place of Sn as well. Let's move to the last question. The question says, find the sum of the terms of the series 18, 12, 8 till infinite. We have a formula for S infinite series, which is A by 1 minus R. Here the first term is 18. 1 minus R can be either 12 by 18 or 8 by 12. In both the cases, we are going to get the same answer, I'm gonna put r is equal to 12 by 18, which is 2 by 3. So 18 by 1 by 3, which we can write it as 18 into 3, which is 54. So infinite series sum of this particular series is 54. I hope average, deviation method, weighted average, arithmetic progression, geometric progression, all are clear. That's all for today's video. Thank you so much, and happy learning.